Hi, I'm Claire and I'm a ballet teacher who's been teaching for 10 years, former professional dancer, and I want to help you get your ballet better. Okay, and the tips I'm going to share today actually are for anything. If you're wanting to achieve anything, like a new skill, a new hobby, a new habit you're wanting to instill, that is what I'm talking about today. Because what happens, I've noticed certainly with adult dancers, it's really difficult. Life gets in the way, and I totally get it. Life is busy. We're all working. Many of us have families to look after. We have husbands, we have boyfriends or girlfriends, and social lives, and it gets so busy. And trying to fit in something that you know is going to help you and do you well can actually be a bit challenging. If you're already a dancer, obviously daily class is going to be your focus anyway, but sometimes even then, I remember back in my dancing days, it was so easy. I'd go to Pineapple, and if I was having a bad day, I must admit I was fairly focused, but if I was having a bad day and I saw certain friends in Pineapple, we'd end up having a cuppa, having a chat and going, yeah, let's go for coffee instead. It didn't happen that often, but on those days it does, it's really easy to kind of fall off the wagon and end up not doing the classes that you need to do. And of course you feel really rotten afterwards. It's lovely having a coffee with your friend, but you both could have done the class and then had a coffee afterwards. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So first of all, if you're instilling a new habit, so it could be a new class, it could be that you've just signed up to our Bridge Ballet Club and you've got this whole wealth of videos that you can enjoy, or video classes that you can enjoy, but you just can't find, you think, oh yes, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Oh, I must do it this week. Yeah, it's really easy to keep putting it on the back burner. And I know some of us have really important commitments and you have to keep those commitments, but I've got some tips to help you hopefully slot it into your busy life. We all have really hectic lives. However, we also have this thing called social media, which is a time sucker. It completely is. And I totally get it. I can find myself sat on Instagram doing my own story or creating something, and then an hour later, I suddenly realised I've been scrolling through reel after reel after reel, go, oh yeah, looking for music. And I realise I've actually looked at about 50 reels. So I totally get it. It's so absorbing and it's designed to be that way. So it's really easy to have hours of your day wasted because you're doing that. So I'm not saying don't look on social media, but maybe set yourself some limits. That's actually to do with normal life as well, because you want to be enjoying life with your friends, with your family, enjoying time outside in in the fresh air, in the sunshine, and doing physically active things as well that are what we're designed to do. So anyway, back to so for example, you've decided you're going to start doing ballet classes and you're going to be really focused and you really want to do your classes. So first of all, know yourself. Okay, this will help you choose which kind of class to do, because if you don't really know what drives you to do something like learn ballet or learn a new skill or want to focus on your ballet or return to it, for example, if you don't really know why you want to do it, that's going to be a difficult one. Okay, to start with, it'll be fun, and then you'll get to a point where, so and so wants to meet for coffee, or oh, I've got a busy weekend ahead of me, I'm just going to sit and put my feet up. It's going to be really easy to sort of fall by the wayside and just lose the habit of coming along. And I get it. I totally get it. As I said, life gets in the way. So know why you're doing it. It could be that you really love the social. In that case, I really recommend booking yourself into a live class, ideally on site, where you get to chat with the other dancers. Yeah, you can do that online. You still get to do a live class where you're interacting to a certain extent. However, when it's online, it is that bit more difficult you're not really socializing with the other dancers because you're looking at your camera and it can feel quite solitary. It's great because you can feel quite on display, so you know you're getting watched, but at the same time, it can feel a little solitary. Great for people who like doing things on their own. But if you're wanting the social side, I strongly recommend going along to a dance studio. It could be my school, it could be any other school, and booking yourself into a live class. I know it's more scary because you're having to go along yourself and put yourself in a really vulnerable position, but chat with the teacher. They'll be more than happy to let you know which class is going to best suit you, whether it's a beginner's class, whether it's a little bit more challenging, or it's one of their more advanced classes. So, always ask questions. They'll be more than happy to help. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you learn. And we don't want you to be doing the class that's not right for you, because, then you're not going to be happy and you won't want to continue. So decide what kind of class is going to work for you. Either a live class online or a live class on site, or you might not need a live class. You might want to join the Bridge Ballet Club and you can enjoy a class anytime, night or day. So that might be what works for you. It might be that you've got a really busy schedule with really random times, and my schedule or the schedules of other dance schools just don't work for you. So the bonus of that is you can slot your class in to the time that works for you. So knowing yourself, are you self-motivated enough to do that, or to do even on the online classes, it need a little bit of self-motivation, or do you actually need to be thinking, no, I want to see my friends? And it's a little bit of peer pressure. Yes, once you get to know the other dancers, there's the whole issue of like, well, where were you last week type of thing. So that's quite cool. That will help you keep motivated. And also, I know for me, when I used to go to Pineapple every day if I wasn't working, and I'd do classes there, and we'd all go for a coffee afterwards. So that was kind of my motivation. You felt that if you weren't there, you felt you'd miss out. It was a bit of FOMO going on because something would have happened. You'd have seen someone would have been in, and you'd be like, I miss them. So there was that whole side of it as well. It's a very social situation. So if you want that aspect of it, find yourself a dance school where they have live on-site classes and toddle along there. You won't feel uncomfortable for long. I know as I said, the first class will feel really like, but you won't feel uncomfortable for long because you're all focused on the same thing, and it's not about how you perform compared with others. It's about how you perform compared with how you performed last week. So find the right class for you is an important one. Okay. Also, if you're doing pre-recorded classes, set yourself a day. Decide Monday is going to be my ballet day. Yeah, if you do that, it becomes a pattern, a habit. You could set yourself a day, do 2 or 3 classes a day. Yeah, it's entirely up to you. Set yourself a day. I would actually put it in my electronic calendar. Whatever calendar you use, you can set it to remind you to do your class. Even if you're doing a live class, I would recommend putting it in your calendar as well, because that way it can send you a little reminder in good time. Obviously, you work out how much time you need to get ready and go. It can set you a reminder and you can go, oh, it's time for me to do my ballet class. Grab your stuff, pop it on, off you go. Okay, so pop it in your calendar and it will remind you. Also, prepare ahead of time. If you know tomorrow is going to be your ballet day, set your stuff out. Have your bag ready packed. I do this with work as well. I have my bags ready packed so I know that I can just grab that bag. It's got everything I need to teach in it. I might need to add a couple of books that are specific to that day, but I know everything's in that bag. I don't need to double check it and search it and repack it every week, because that saves me so much time. So I pick up that bag. If I know I'm teaching a certain place, pick up that bag and off I toddle to teach. If I know I'm teaching at a class where I have online classes as well, there's another bag that has all my microphones, my tripods, and that side. So I pick up that bag and off I toddle to teach. It just saves me so much thinking time. It saves me so much preparation time. So you can do the same. You can have your ballet bag and it's just got your ballet shoes, your clean leotard or whatever you're wearing for ballet that day, or you put your stuff on the bed or wherever it is in sight to remind you, oh, at that time today, I'm going to be getting ready for ballet and going to do my ballet class. Also, another way to really help yourself stick with something is to give yourself a reward. It could be anything. It could be just the reward of thinking, yes, I did it, but that's not necessarily enough for most people. It could be that the group of you who do the class together go for a little coffee afterwards, or go for a walk or go shopping afterwards. Yeah, make it social. It could be that you, after a month's classes, you decide, right, I'm going to treat myself to a pedicure. Whatever works for you. Yeah, it has to be something that you really think, oh, I'm excited about that. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be huge, but something that makes you, feel, oh yeah, that's going to be nice. Okay, so those are 4 tips that will help you. Okay, so number 1, set a day. Obviously, if you're doing a class that's scheduled anyway, like an on-site class, there'll be a day set. Or having said that, if it's a class that happens every day, if you're lucky enough to live in a city where there's a class running every day, oh my gosh, I'd love to be able to do that. Then obviously choose which days you're going to do it. It could be every day. Yeah, if you're a training professional, that will be what I would do. That's what I did. If I wasn't actually working, I was doing ballet class or doing ballet or jazz class every single day. Set a timer, put it in your calendar so you get reminded. There's nothing worse than realizing you've missed your class because you got caught up and it's something now 5:02 and you've got 5 minutes to get yourself packed and off to class, and it's not going to happen. Prepare ahead. So this could also mean booking in your class ahead of time. I often see a lot of people, there's always a flurry of bookings just before the class. I totally get it. I'm like that. I don't commit to anything until the day it's happening, because I never know for sure whether I'm going to feel like doing it. And 9 times out of 10 I do, and I book myself in. However, if you're the sort of person who and again, this is about being honest with yourself, if you're going to think, I'll go do it today. If you're like that, and we all are sometimes, then literally book it ahead. Book it the day you think, actually, I've got time, there's a space, I'm going to do that class that day. Book it in, and that will give you the extra nudge to do it, because once you've paid for it, you're not going to want to cancel unless you're obviously ill. So prepare ahead. Yeah, book yourself in. Prepare your clothes, your gear, so it's there, ready. Have your bag ready so you can just pop your clothes on, grab your bag, and off you go. And give yourself a reward. Yeah, it can be anything, because you've achieved something. So I hope you're enjoying your classes. If you're liking these videos, please subscribe, please tell your friends, share the video with anyone you like, and comment below and let me know how you're getting on, because it'd be lovely to know how people are doing. It's really rewarding when I get someone who says, oh, I love your videos, it really helps me. And I'm like, yes, that's fantastic, that's what I'm here for. So have a lovely week, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.